Hey, y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Black Girl Speak Up podcast. It's your host, Jasmine, and we are back for another amazing episode. I have somebody y'all seen before, and I love when he's in town and we can get to record an episode. We have my co-writer, Amoré, Darius Amoré.
Okay.
Listen, you gotta do the horns. You got
Yes,
to. It's
absolutely.
a must. It is necessary. Listen. You back in the studio.
Back in the
Last time,
stew.
all we did was cackle.
Yes.
Pretty much the whole
We're
episode.
back in the stew.
But we are going to try to be serious.
Okay.
We're going to try. I don't know how effective it's going to be.
No, we can be serious.
We can be serious.
And a little unserious.
And a little unserious.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, since he is my co-writer, you put together an episode.
Mhm.
And this topic... Woo!
Yeah.
My goodness. And matter of fact, tell us, how did you even come up with this topic? We're going to start there because we'll tell you what it is. But what was the birth behind it?
So, a long time ago, I'm talking maybe 15 years ago, 16 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to our good friend, Tantiana. Shout out to Tantiana. Also, happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Tantiana and I were just having this conversation about who are you when the music stops. And the music in her perspective was church. So we've all been really involved in church over
Heavily,
the years
yes.
growing up, whether we were on the praise team, on the dance team, outreach, youth ministry,
All the things.
just had our hand in all these pots, and that kept us busy, kept us occupied, but it also gave us like a sense of identity.
Facts.
And so it was just like, yeah, I'm a student, but I'm also, when I go to church, I'm in this position to really lead the people, and I have purpose and I have mission. And then there's this moment where the outside world really kind of hits you, and you're like, oh, I'm an adult now, and nobody's taking me to church.
It's on you.
I have to get there.
Yes.
Or I don't have time to be on the praise team because I have to go to work.
Yeah.
And I'm exhausted when I get off work, And so it was, who are you when all of those things that were kind of put before you or preordained for you
Yes.
as a youth or a young person, or even some things that you worked towards as an adult and they didn't work out, or they were taken away from you, or they just dissipated on their own. Who are you after that stuff is gone?
Which is, when you sent me this, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
It was heavy only because I have had, in life, we've had so many different transitions.
Especially you.
It's
Because you are a person that is talented in all the different ways. You're not afraid to switch gears.
I'm not,
Yeah.
but it's also, it takes so much planning and strategy to do that, but sometimes you don't even have the opportunity to plan for some of these transitions.
That is very true.
And so when it's those type of moments when it's like it's an unplanned transition or change and you have to adjust, who do you become in that moment?
Absolutely. Or who are you left with?
Who are you left with?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I can go down the list of things. Yes, I've been a photographer for many years, and I had to make a serious transition, not out of it's just time for me to let's move on to something else. It was like, no, okay, this was your full-time job, and now the industry is different, and
Yes.
I am tired of the hustle and the bustle. I'm tired of going, especially as a real estate photographer at the time. I did that for 10 years. I was like, I'm tired of driving to Timbuktu every day for this money when now I can go to one place.
That's right.
And make that money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it really hit home when you sent me this. We're going to discuss this in a way. It's like when life holds that mirror up to you, you're forced. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to gingerly look at myself and no, it's like you're forced to look in the mirror at yourself and kind of take stock of where you are.
Absolutely.
That can be very easy or that can be the hardest thing.
I think it can be jarring too.
Yes.
So I'm gonna use two people as an example. I'm gonna use myself and I'm gonna use Tatiana. She's not here to speak up for herself, but fine. One thing that she mentioned was when she was no longer doing real estate, the feeling that she was left with afterwards by working a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
At her heart's core, she's still a hustler.
Very much.
And so exactly. So that is or I have a good friend named Danielle. I've always said Danielle can find $1 in a rock somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, because she is such a go-getter. She's such like motivated, just self-motivated, wakes up in the morning and it's just like, how can I make my life better?
Right.
Life better for my kids. She's just a go-getter. And then to bring it back around to me, I realized I am not a hustler. And I have a lot of hustlers in my life. And you'd think that I was, considering like I'm good at a lot of things, I'm passionate about a lot of things, but I'm like, baby, I like to know that check is coming.
Hello.
I like to know that I have put in the work and the check is coming.
Yes.
And that's it. I don't want to have a check may come if I possibly do a thing. Like, I want the check to come because it is salaried or it is,
I've worked these hours.
I've worked these hours and I can do the easy math. That's the part. It's the easy math of it. And so when it came time to do a career shift, I think I was maybe 26, 27. Mm-hmm. And I met a friend that was just like, hey, well, you could do this. This is the job field that I'm in. You could do this, and this is how I support myself. And I looked at it, did the math real quick. I was like, oh, yeah, I can do that.
That works.
That works for me. Because I'm not a hustler. And we talked about the people who are in industry, maybe the industries that we want to be in. No shade to them, but they're always an opportunity away from homelessness or stardom. And that's not the life for me.
And listen, as somebody that was a full-time entrepreneur, yeah, it could be that. And I feel like going back to being a realtor like Tatiana, we started that at the same time. And a few years ago, I had one transaction that went sideways right before closing. So that check did not come.
Yeah.
And that was the moment. That was the moment where I was like, I never want to be here again.
Yeah. I always think about that meme of that lady, the Popeyes lady in her uniform on the side of the building like this. Tired. Because when does it end?
Yeah. So what's that thing you stopped or took a break from doing that people expected you to go through it? Because you, like you said, you are very talented, but you're like,
I'm going to let you take this right after I say it just a little bit. And it was photography, for sure. And again, it became something that became such a passion for me. Once I realized it could be lucrative, I got excited. Once I realized I could be creative and get paid and maybe work with my friends and, use a lot of my other skills too, I was just like, oh, this is it for me.
Yeah.
This is going to be my thing. And then the music stopping was when maybe a client was just like, oh, I'm not satisfied with this. And it was exactly what they asked for. Or the music stopping for me was, I need a new camera and it's going to cost me to do a photo shoot to make the money to get a new camera.
Yes.
And I was just like, these are not just challenges. They're inconveniences that are not supporting the ultimate life that I want. And I am not passionate to allow it to take me over. But then once I removed it from, I guess, my schedule and my life, I was just like, well, what am I supposed to do now?
Yeah.
Now that I'm not doing photography, and people are definitely still asking, and it no longer serves me.
Listen.
What am I? Am I even a creative? Like,
lit felt.
Yeah.
Okay. It was the same type of scenario for me. We're talking about a 10-year span, and people still to this day, like, matter of fact, I have a photo shoot after this. I do. But it's like now I'm in a place where I get to choose.
That's right. Oh, come on now.
And the music stopping was like, okay, I have people that are reaching out to me. I started getting people like partnerships and like, okay, so I'm going to give this price to you at a discounted rate because you're booking me more often. And I'm like, okay, this is going to serve me. This is going to work. I'm going to get more people that are doing partnerships. And I'm thinking, oh, this is going to work. So I started getting other equipment and getting other things to fulfill this thing, right? This partnerships that I'm expecting to get and expecting to be consistent. And this was probably last year sometime where that person had the last shoot, and I'm still cool, relatively cool with this person, so it's no shade to this person.
Yeah.
But real estate is what real estate is, and it's very wishy-washy at times, and it slows. So they booked a shoot with me like September of last year. They didn't reach out to me again until sometime beginning of this year. And I was like, this is why I don't do this anymore.
Exactly. This is why this doesn't serve me.
This is why this does not serve me, because on one hand, I have other people that can be consistent, but nobody is consistent enough to pay these bills. Huh?
There's not enough consistency.
It's not enough consistency to pay these bills. And I was like, this is when I look and I do the math. Okay. I know how to do math real well. It was one of my favorite subjects. Okay.
Okay.
And when the math is not mathing, babes.
Yeah. It's time to go.
It's time to go. So I got a full-time job last year. And then it's like, oh, well, listen, y'all have not been consistent. So now I have a full-time job. Oh, really? Yes.
Yes.
Look.
Yeah. I wasn't going to sit here and wait.
I wasn't
because my bills were not going to sit here and wait.
My bills were not going to sit here and wait. I have a child that is getting older that's going to be requiring more things out of me, and it's just me doing it.
Yeah.
And that's when the music stops, baby. I got to look at my child.
Yeah.
And be like, am I providing you everything you need?
Because the music is more than just I'm doing something that I love. The music is I'm kind of riding a wave.
Yeah. And
I'm feeling so tuned in to where I think I'm supposed to be. And that could look like a whole bunch of things, or where I believe I'm supposed to be.
Yes.
So like, oh, I'm married and I have a child. These are the things I'm supposed to be doing. But when that marriage falls apart, or that child is not behaving correctly, the music stops and it's like, oh, well, who am I? Am I the type of person that can rise to the occasion? Am I the type of person to just give up? Like, what type of person am I? And what is this showing me that I guess I need to work on being, or who I really, really am underneath? I think I'm somebody who loves to have things because I grew up not having a lot of things.
Yeah.
And they don't have to be expensive things. They can be like my favorite shorts. They're $12. They're $12, but they're my favorite shorts, and I'm gonna hold on to them. Absolutely. An example. I'm gonna tell a little bit of my business. An example of the music stopping for me. At one point in time, I won't say I was a hoarder, but I had a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was stuff I was holding on to, trinkets, my artwork, lots and lots of clothing. And I was in this transitional period where I was trying to move from Atlanta to LA to start my career as a photographer. And I put all of my things into a friend's storage. That friend was going through a divorce, and so they moved all my stuff without me knowing into their ex-partner's storage. That ex-partner stopped paying on the storage. So everything I own
was gone.
Got auctioned off. And and I mean, again, we're talking about sentimental things. We're talking about artwork. We're talking about, and when I got the news, I just broke down, and I was so sad, and I was just like, who I am is somebody who has collected these things
for years.
For years, they're important to me, and that was my music. It was a part of my identity. And then losing it, I was just like, I'm kid you not. I just literally like sat in the bed and just looked at the ceiling, and I was just like, all my artwork is gone, all my art supplies are gone, like just like stuff that I've just really held on to for years and really attached to who I believe that I am.
Yeah.
And it became a lesson in letting go.
Yeah.
And not letting things weigh me down. And also, me and that friend are no longer friends because you know what you did.
I was gonna ask, but
no, we're no longer friends.
Because
but
that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, but it was a really, really hard lesson, and I remember specifically confiding in somebody, and they were like, "You need to get over it," and I wanted to punch them in the face.
Cause what do you mean?
How dare you? But eventually they were right. It was just like, you still have to move on. You still have you. You know what I'm saying? You still have your health. You you got to push forward. The music has stopped. Now it's time to move on. And I was like, because I was still telling that story like 2 years later, and I was like, and you know what happened next?
Because I was mad.
I was so mad.
Because that's a valid reason to be mad.
Yeah.
But in this instance, that was not something that was a choice of yours, right? So has there ever been where the music stopped and it was like, no, I'm choosing to stop. I'm choosing this change. I'm choosing this in this moment.
I think so. I think when it has come to, you know me, I get real cagey, but I think I'll say relationships.
You've chose,
when I've chosen to say to myself, I'm gonna hit stop on this music because once the beat dropped, things got too chaotic for me. I couldn't dance. I couldn't dance to this music. I don't like this. I don't like this genre. And the part that really is messed up about it is like, I thought this was the music I was supposed to be listening to.
Forever.
Yeah, forever. I thought this was my song. I thought this was my song.
That one that you have on repeat.
Yeah, that you have on repeat. And then when you start really getting into the lyrics, you're like, wait a minute, this isn't. And walking away from that sort of thing where you thought this was your song, when you thought, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
And having to walk away from that, it really messes with your identity because you tie some of your identity to it. Yeah.
As somebody who's divorced, that transition was hard. I also had to stop on the recorder.
But meanwhile, they're like,
everything's fine. And it's like, no, it's not fine. It's not okay. It's that little annoying little screeching sound like, no, it's time to stop it. And that is a very hard choice to make. Yeah. But when you realize all the things, all the other records they've been playing, all the other things they've been listening to, it's like, you're doing the most. Yeah. So I need to stop this record for myself. This music, I got to. Yeah. But it was honestly probably the most defining moment for my life because that transition was necessary.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What about when people are used to or believe that you should be doing something? I remember my sister saying to me, I can't believe you're not famous yet. Why are you not famous yet? And it was one of those things where I was just like, oh, you have a certain definition of who I'm supposed to be. And I started to feel almost guilty. Like, oh, I'm not where I should be. And that felt like, oh, maybe I'm going the wrong path because everybody sees me a certain way. Everybody's used to me being this type of person, or they think I'm this type of person, or they're still demanding that I do photography, or they're like, you need to get back with XYZ. And I'm just like, hey, I stopped the music, or the music stopped. Yeah. And I had to find my own way.
Yeah.
When people expect you to be a thing, I think sometimes that weighs on me too. There's plenty of people like, I don't care what people think. But if somebody's looking at you and they tell you that they wish you were at a different level, that's crazy. It was something that you probably thought at one point too.
Absolutely.
But that identity no longer served you, so you had to make
it. Like, and this goes back to like even with the photography standpoint, I had a client was like, how much is it going to take for you to be doing this full time again? And I'm like, well, ma'am, so my salary right now is this. This is roughly, and I get bonuses and things like that. This is roughly what I'm making now. She was just like, oh, okay, I understand. Right. Like,
well, and also, what would it take? It would take for that occupation to match where I am now.
Correct.
And what I am now is attaching myself to something that serves me for real.
Yes.
It serves the life that I'm trying to build, that I'm trying to work towards. It comes with the accurate pay. It comes with the accurate time off. It comes with like consistency.
And listen.
And are you offering that?
No.
Then turn that song off.
Please.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. don't like. And I think that was a wake up call for me to be like, Jasmine, you have the ability to say no to other people's expectation of where they would like you to be. A lot of people would love if you were still doing something full time, or if you were still occupying that space that served them.
There we go.
But because you are no longer serving that space, like, oh, when you're available to be somebody's photographer, oh, this is beautiful. But when they aren't ready to pay you on a consistent basis, I still need a consistent check. I still need something that lives up to where I see myself. And some people would rather you live up to where they see you.
Absolutely. I want to take it back though to like the whole like church thing and youth thing. Again, that was a big part of my identity. I don't know if it was for you.
Girl,
well, I didn't go to that church, the same church as you.
But
that was our life.
That was our life, and I'm in a quick aside, like it definitely protected us, saved us from certain things.
Absolutely.
Because if the amount of time that we spent in church activities versus being out there doing other stuff, like I'm grateful for that. I'm so grateful. It definitely transitioned because literally all of us was church kids, and then we went to school in Miami after that.
That's right, we did.
We could have ended up in a completely different set, but we were so grounded, I feel like, that us having each other and then having like, this is what we came here to do, we still stayed out of trouble.
Did you have a church in Miami?
I tried.
See, and but that's what I mean. You were kind of given a church.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Grew up in that church. Yeah. Grew up in that community. And then when it was time for you to like live your adult life, go to school, you know, have your own bills, what was the transition for you to try to get back? Because you always try to get back. You know, you think to yourself, oh, I went to church so much when I was younger and I was in the praise team and I was so involved. And then trying to like get back into the swing of things and then grow up as an adult, like what was that like for you?
It was very difficult, only because I tried to go to different churches in the South Florida area, and I was just like, it's just something, and I couldn't figure out like what it was that I was missing. I don't know if it was just the bonds that I had with the people at the church that I went to, the familiarity. I don't remember what it was at the time, but it was very difficult to find my church that was like serving me at that time. So it took years, and even I think up until recently, because right after I was in school and I was trying to get back in church, I would come up here and, you know, visit and go to my sister's church and things like that. But at the time, I still didn't find one. Then I met my ex-husband, and he did not believe in going to church.
Okay.
He was not in that realm at all. And me being very young and like, that's okay, that's fine. I hadn't found a church home at the time. So I was like, oh, it's fine, blah, blah, blah.
You weren't fully aware that was something that was important to you.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Correct. Because I was still trying to figure it out for myself. And everything that happened with our church, me and Tatiana's church, growing up, after we left, it was a lot of stuff. Yeah. And so for us to leave that church, try to find something on our own, and then all of that happening, it kind of like, well, is
this for me?
Yeah. Because if this happened at the church that I loved and I grew up in, do I even try to go back to going to church? Or
you're confronted with, again, your identity, and how the things that you've been attached to for so long, how they serve you for real.
For real. Yeah. And it was very difficult for me to figure that out. So it wasn't until after my divorce that I literally, like 10 years I was not in church full time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. I think I realized that.
The whole time we were together, I really didn't go to church full time.
Gotcha.
I would every now and then go visit my sister's church, and now I go to that church. But at the time, it was my sister's church. It was their church.
Yeah.
It was, my youth pastor was now their head pastor. Like, it was all of these things, and it, from the mindset that I had at that time, I was like, oh, this feels like too familiar.
Like a few steps back.
Yeah. And so I was like, I don't know. Like, I felt some type of way in those early stages of me trying to figure out where I'm going to go to church. So I literally went back to the church thinking that the physical church building would Sorry, people. That the physical church itself, this was the same location, right? Different pastor, different people. Some of the same people that I kind of grew up when they went there when I was going there, that it would give me the same sense of like comfort and like, oh, I'm back. I found my church home.
Yeah.
And it was there. And then I was like, oh no, this still isn't it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're very much
What?
Trump people.
Oh, okay.
And
they believe a thing.
They believe a thing.
Uh-huh.
And I was like,
yeah. Yeah.
ooh.
Again, it's one of those things. I don't want to beat this metaphor into the ground, but if I keep relating it to music, it's like, this is not my song.
It's not my song.
This is like, it's not hitting.
You know, you ever listen to a brand new song and you're like, okay, all right, I'm trying to find the groove. I'm trying to like, okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, I don't like it.
I don't like this. I don't like the
it.
way it's making me feel. I don't like the lyrics. I don't like the beat. It's just not.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
For the first, I was there for maybe two-ish years, and at first it was like, okay, I can get this. Okay, I'm trying to. And towards the end, I was like,
well, I think also there's this moments where you listen to a song, and maybe 15 seconds in, you're like, oh, yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
Okay, turn it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what it's like when you find your people. I feel like that's what it's like when you find your space. That's what it's like when you are, maybe you make a transition in your life where you need more things and you need different things. And you're just like, it don't take you long to be like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into this.
Yes.
Turn this up.
Yes,
you know what I
yes,
mean?
yes.
Or turn this off. And you know.
Expeditiously.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
that's so good.
it's really good.
Listen. Having that as a metaphor really just it does something to me, because I can relate so many different instances in my life where, whether by choice or by force, things shifted in my life, and I had to just sit there with it.
Yep. And
sitting there with a thing that you weren't expecting, sometimes it can be very, very challenging. Yeah. So I want to remind y'all to, whether it's something that you are choosing or it's something that is just kind of thrust upon you, because life is that way sometimes. Whether we want to admit it or not, life is very up and down. It can be like, you have some amazing opportunities to choose certain things, and then you have some horrible times where life is just giving you what it's giving you.
That's right.
And the music is, sometimes it's great. The beat is amazing. It's like, that's your favorite jam. You're gonna have it on and playing it. And then sometimes it's like, shut it off. Sit in silence and reevaluate life. Reevaluate where you are.
Yeah.
Have you, in this space where you are now, have you had those moments, or like, what are you sitting in right now that is like, I'm glad I stopped this music. I'm glad I have made this choice, and I am like, I'm proud of like this decision. I'm proud of this. I
think I'm sitting more in a space of gratitude, more than anything. And again, we're beating this metaphor into the ground.
But listen, it makes sense.
It became, the music stopped. I have to make my own music.
Ooh.
I have to on the table and I need to make my own music. I need to find my own beat. I need to find my own groove. And when I think about when the music shifted, or when the music stopped and maybe things didn't work out how I wanted to, instead of feeling regret, I feel gratitude. I feel so much gratitude. Like, even towards things that like are really, really difficult. I was just thinking back, well, I'm glad I had the opportunity to fail. I'm glad I had the opportunity to try.
Yeah.
Now I know the capacity that I can love. I know the capacity that I can give. I know the capacity that I can grieve and bounce back, because the music was taken away from me, or the beat stopped, or I had to stop the beat. I know that I can create my own music. I can create my own environment. I can shift the atmosphere because I'm that powerful. I'm that capable. It took some time for me to get there, but what I do realize is that I'm not limited. I'm not limited to what someone else tells me to listen to. I don't have to. What I have the power to change and to shift. And then if I do have to sit through a song I don't like that much, I can dance a little bit to it. You know what I mean? You ever been in the car with somebody and they playing whack music and you're just like,
what is this?
You know what? I'm gonna try to find the beat, but when I get out of this car, I'm gonna listen to my music again. And so that's also to sit with discomfort, to sit with the unknown, and don't let it consume me, but realize, hey, I'm capable of shifting this. I'm capable, I'm powerful, I'm strong, and I won't allow it to define me. I think that is some of the metaphor and some of what we're talking about is these moments and these things and these people and these places that we thought defined us. And then when we were forced out of those environments, when we were broken up with those people or those people were taken away from us and we were left with our own identity, it was like, who am I now? Or who do I have the potential to become based off of what I was left with? So, yeah, that's where I am. I just feel gratitude.
I love that. I think the overall defining moment here is like, be okay with creating your own music.
Amen. Yeah.
Be okay.
Yeah.
Like, it is perfectly fine to have a moment where you're like, it's time for me to go a different direction and create my own music.
Absolutely.
I love that. Listen, this was a short episode this week because y'all usually get about like 40, 45 out of me. It's a short episode, but I promise we're going to be right back. We're going to be back with another episode. And thank you so much for coming. I always appreciate when you stop in.
Absolutely.
For a quick little episode. We will be back next week with another episode. All right, till then, bye.